What's up, YouTube? It's Keen,
And Tiffany.
and this is Real
Real
Talk.
talk.
Today we're going to be talking about our guy, our man.
Michael Jackson. Rest in peace. It's really a sad topic. Like nobody really wants to talk about it. I know I cried.
I
Did you
left
cry?
work early.
Yeah.
I was a little tore up. I had a passing. He passed away in UCLA Hospital on
25th.
of this month. Oh no, it's not. Okay, yes, of this month.
I just really feel bad for his family, like especially Janet.
Because
I
I know that
just
they were really, 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 really close. And it was unexpected for everybody.
right. I still really can't believe it. Like it's crazy. Like he's just one of those people like you never thought that he would die.
I would have never expected, like,
Or so soon at least. Like
it's
he
so
just
weird.
seems so
Yeah, because he was the type of person I'm looking like, wow, he's really sick, but ain't nothing ever gonna happen to him. That's just how he gonna be living. You know what I mean? And
and
I'm
I
sitting here at work looking at CNN, and they like, he's in a coma, he's in a coma, and people blowing up my BlackBerry. There is, he's
I
dead,
thought it
he's
was a rumor
dead. The
at first
news
because you
said,
remember they did the same thing with Cat Williams. They said Cat Williams is dead and
they
it
said the
just
same thing about everybody. Everybody
yeah,
dead.
yeah. And I just really thought it was just a lie.
Yeah. It was really crazy. I don't think a lot of people could really grasp that Michael Jackson was dead. So much was going on around him, about him. Again, it's just a person that you would have never, ever expected to be gone. I mean, it's like that about a lot of people. Farrah Fawcett also died. His passing completely overshadowed her passing. It was a shame to hear about both of them. But Michael, he did so much. He was so big. It was just
That's crazy. Like you know
unexpected.
that his videos been on since it happened, and me and my daughter was in there watching it on MTV Jams. And one of his videos, he's just screaming throughout the whole video. He like ah ah. My daughter was like ah ah. I thought that was real cute. I was like oh, but it's just crazy. Like you would ever.
I've been watching all the videos that's an hour and a half long. One video is an hour and a half long because they all mini movies. I mean, he was such a genius. Like everybody keeps saying, he was so
Yeah.
good at what he did.
It's
Nobody
crazy.
could ever touch him. You could do the mannerisms. You can try to sound like him. You can dance like him. You can flip like him. But
You
you'll never
never
be Michael.
right.
It was
'Cause
my boy. That was my boy. He really, I mean, he, I grew from when he was in the Jackson 5s to the Invincible album, which was his last album.
it was crazy because my friend, my best friend, she works in a beauty supply store, and she was saying that like some foreign lady, came into her job and they was talking about it, and she was like, the lady was saying that she wished that if he did have to pass right now, that he wouldn't have passed over here, that he would have passed overseas because it was like everybody over here is just constantly giving him hell, talking about this, what he do with that, but he moved out of the country just to be at peace, and it was like she just wished that he would have passed away over there, where everybody loved him, and you know he didn't have to deal
America
with the
is
bullshit.
off the wall. You got somebody here who's passed away, and you talking about his past molestation cases, his pre-surgery
Crazy.
face, post-surgery face. This is where he had this
And he was
nose.
supposed to be
This is where he
uplifting
had
and
the old
celebrating
nose.
his life,
This is the
like
new nose. Like, all this stuff is irrelevant. The man has passed on. Don't nobody know. You take it as you see it. Okay? He's been to court for these cases.
right.
They're over with.
Okay.
All right.
Get over it.
So it should be a wrap. You still bring it up. He's dead and gone. Let's talk about
What he
yeah,
did
what he
to
did for
help.
people.
Yeah, right. Like, people are just idiots.
You
Especially,
can't even get it through people's head.
it's crazy. OMG. It's just really, it's not, it's just, it makes you speechless sometimes, and everybody's saying like, okay, you gotta celebrate his life and don't be sad about it, but it's like, okay, it's Michael Jackson.
And it's really crazy. I don't think I ever seen a superstar's death touch so many people the way this has. Everything stopped.
The whole
Everything
the
just
whole world
stopped. It stopped. Everything was Michael.
And you know how usually when somebody die, it's just like,
They
okay, you
passed
get
away.
this dedicated to you. Michael has gotten whole TV stations, just nothing but Michael, nothing but Michael.
Exactly.
Not just little words going across at the bottom of the screen, not just one segment of a show. No, shows got cut and
Days,
canceled day after
days of Michael. News. I mean, it was just half of them daggone people didn't even change their clothes. I said, you in the same telling me you live. That's the same outfit you was wearing when he was rushed to the hospital. But it's just a whole overwhelming situation.
Michael. Everybody's always going to love Michael. If you're going to hate him, you're going to hate him, whatever. And the thing about it, and like, I just, you know, when stuff like this happen, it just make you think about so much. Like, I love Cat Williams, but I'm thinking like, dang, how do he feel when he, you know, because when he was saying all of that stuff, like, okay, some people laughed, but I was just like, you know, my mouth just dropped. Like, wow, he's really saying that about Michael Jackson. Ha, he's crazy. And now I'm thinking, like, do he, you know?
People went so hard on him. Yeah. It was funny when he was here. It was vicious at the same time because people went so hard on him. You know what I mean? He trying to say he is who he is. He do what he do.
No, you know, you know how they was asking you, all the celebrities, like, what's your favorite Michael moment? Or, you know, who was it? Oh my gosh, what is that guy's name?
While you think about that, they was on the news and this girl gonna say her most fond memory of Michael. I'm thinking she about to say when she touched him or something is watching The Wiz. I can't even remember the full thing she said.
I love The Wiz too.
But she tried to make it seem like
he's on down the road. We act like
she's talking about The Wiz at the end where he almost died and he came back to life. And I'm sitting here like, you couldn't get no more intimate than that. I thought she was about to break it down.
Alright, I can't remember the guy's name, but whatever. He was telling all these stories about Michael, whatever. And he was saying how, y'all know how when Chris Tucker in his movies, he always imitating Michael Jackson or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that Michael had called him up. You know how Chris do the little thing
Arsenio
with his leg?
Hall.
Yeah. I'm sorry. He was like, Michael had called him up and was like, hey, Chris, wrong leg. I was like, oh, like, he was just
He sounded like he was such a sweetheart, y'all. Yeah. But it's all good. You know what I mean? I think that the good outweighs the bad. People going to remember him for what they choose to remember him for. A lot of people enjoy negativity. I'm not saying that everybody's going to bring up the bad he's done because they enjoy it. But when I pass away, I don't want people to remember the day that I cursed them out over the times when I made them smile. That's the only thing I'm saying. Michael has been accused of doing a lot of things. He was never found guilty for those things. Superstar, no superstar. I think that at the time that you're found innocent, it should have been left behind. And especially at this time where people are grieving over your past and you have family who's trying to keep their mind right and people still dwelling on what number nose he's on, what he was accused of, what he might have done, what he could have done. It's just irrelevant at this point in time.
Rest in peace.
People going to be on the street boxing because somebody going to say the wrong thing to somebody about Michael and they going to say, who's bad? We love you guys, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed us again. Keep it locked. We'll come back to you. Deuces.